YouTube, and I have a very special guest. This lovely, funny, wonderful, dedicated, committed woman has been in my life for, we were just talking about over 25 years I have
Yes.
known her. Ladies and gentlemen, comedian extraordinaire and actress, Miss Roz Brown is in the house.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I can't believe it's been that long. 25. Well, I've been doing comedy over 30 years. About, yeah. So
The fact
amazing.
that the fact that we look this good, let's start off with the
Oh,
good.
right. Right.
Roz, you look good. People still asking you how old you are. They can't believe how old we are because we
Oh
don't
yeah.
look
I
our
don't
age.
tell them. I don't say
I
no.
don't either.
I don't bring it up.
Mm-mm,
No. Mm-mm.
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 And
Because
people always say most people look their age. I'm like, okay, go with that. And then
yeah.
I ask them, how old do I look? And they throw out a number. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I look 35. I look 40. I
Right?
look 40.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't
Yes.
never argue with them.
Right? Yeah, I
I
still go
am
out for
so
parts
happy.
way. I used to be surprised when they send me out for auditions. I'm like, I'm not in that age group. And they said, go on. A lot of times I would get it. I'm like, okay.
Yep. Don't argue with them. I don't
Yeah,
argue with
yeah, right,
nobody no more.
right.
Even if the ones they be trying to be funny, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Exactly.
If you think I look that age, then okay,
Yeah.
more power to you. But and it's always the ones that don't have no picture up on they page, right? It's always the people that's with a little empty icon
Oh, yeah.
profile picture that's talking noise about people age and all this stuff. But anyway, let's get into the juice of this interview.
I'm so
Now,
happy to be here.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out. And I'm gonna start with the new. I just minutes ago finished watching your new special on Prime Video. I'm Roz Brown, and I absolutely loved it.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Jason. I am so proud of you. I can't even explain how proud of you I am. I I You know what I like about you, Roz? You have never changed who you are, your style of comedy based on what other people do, right? And
Yes.
that's what a lot of comedians do. That's what a lot of actors do. They try to emulate everybody else instead of being their
Authentic.
authentic self,
Right,
right?
right.
So, explain to me and the audience how do you characterize your style of comedy?
Well, I'm authentic. I'm very authentic, and I am from Boston. And some people might hear an accent every now and then. It'll come out that,
Oh,
and my sound,
yeah.
my voice is different. I realize that. I have a very unique voice that stands out
Mm-hmm.
a lot. But usually, my comedy is about like family relationships and everyday relationships and things I've noticed. Marriage, kids, not having kids and work relationships,
Mm-hmm.
having a job. So things that everybody can relate to, very relatable subject matter. So, and I'll always make it personal. I try to make it personal. I'm not a political person. But if it hits me personal, I'll bring it out that way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So I make everything personal to me. Yeah.
I like the fact that you have, for me, it seems like you have a combined style. You are a storyteller on one half of it, and then to me, you're sort of uh I don't know if I really call it slapstick or a one-liner
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
style. And
Yeah.
you kind of integrate those together, which is what I just saw on your new special on Prime Video. Y'all go watch it on Amazon Prime Video. I'm Roz Brown. I just finished watching it and
Go
I
watch
just
it.
absolutely loved it.
Thank you. Yes, a lot of my material are stories because I do a lot of storytelling and I have
Right.
put up solo shows. So I have a lot of stories, but I do have that sort of punch jokes in there too. So
Hmm.
I kind of like having both because then you don't get bored
Right.
seeing the same thing. You mix it up and it makes it more interesting. The whole show
Yeah.
more interesting when you do that.
Yeah, and it's also showing that you have more than one style. You know, you're versatile.
Right, right,
Would you agree?
right, right. When I started doing stand up, well, I started stand up. I started acting before I got into stand up and doing improv, and that helped a lot. Me finding my voice because in improv I studied with the original owner of the Groundlings, Gary Austin. He's passed now,
Oh wow.
but he taught us how to be authentic
Hmm.
and come across as real in your delivery or whatever you're doing. To be yourself, bring yourself into it. So that always stood with me, and that's what I do in all of my acting, stand up. I bring that to it, and the improvisation helps a lot. Improv helps a lot in all of
Hmm.
that.
Now, see, you just said something that I used to talk to the other comics about, especially when I decided to open up a management company and try to manage some of them comedians because I thought they had talent. You know,
I
I thought
know that. Yeah.
all of you had this special skill set, and none of them really wanted to go do improv. None of them really wanted to go take an acting class. They all, for some reason, just thought you could wake up and
And
become
do
the
it.
next Martin Lawrence, and things like that. But when you are not, what I realized is that they were not as, I guess I wanted more for them than they wanted for themselves,
Right,
right?
right, right,
And I had to learn that the hard way. But
right, right.
in you, I immediately saw the seriousness, the dedication, and your stamina for wanting to be in this business and last and stay in this business. Because I have to thank you right now publicly for always saying yes to my independent projects.
Oh,
I
I'm
appreciate
glad
you
to be doing it.
more than you know because anytime my head came up with a short film, no matter how crazy it was, or no matter if
Hey,
it was a one woman crew, you were there. And you
yes,
were just like,
yes,
you were like, oh, is this
yes,
us?
yes, yes. Hey, I'm always in to help other our artists out there. We all start somewhere. We all, work on those projects that we don't know where it's gonna end up. We all take a chance. So I'm always willing to help out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
And it was fun being that homeless
I was
person.
gonna say we did end up having a lot of fun. We always had a lot of fun. Especially that last one you did for me when I was in undergrad. I think I was undergrad, but we met at that park in
Yes,
LA off La Brea and you played that
yes,
homeless lady and
yes.
I was trying my hand at being an action comedy director.
That was funny. That was funny.
Oh
That
my
was so much
God.
fun. That was a lot of
And
fun.
doing that fake action fight scene. Oh my God.
That was a lot of
The
fun. Yeah.
donut. That's what it's called. The donut. If y'all go look on my page under my indie projects and watch the short film The Donut, that's
That's
what I'm
right.
talking about.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you also did Another one back in the day where I was doing a talking head show called Comedy is Me. And I
Yes.
came to your house and we
Yes.
did the interview. And I want to touch on something you said that day in that interview. Let us know what you originally wanted to be when you were a kid. Do you remember?
Oh. Oh, okay, 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 okay. So I am from Boston, right? And I always wanted to be kind of tough. I wanted to be tough. I wanted to be the street kid, you know. So, I kind of looked at the prostitutes out there, like, yeah, I had whole aspirations. I did, because they looked good back then. They dressed nice, in the 70s. They had the high heels, and they were out walking around. I'm like, that didn't look bad to do, but yeah. But I
You
got
wanted to also be, did you say a dancer? Didn't you
a
tell me that one?
dancer. But then someone told me I was too short. I had short legs, so I couldn't be a dancer. So I never, pursued that.
So
And be-
who did you watch to make you want to be a dancer? Because for me it was Debbie Allen. I thought I was gonna be Debbie Allen the second.
or I wanted to be one of those showgirls in Las Vegas with the big things on their head. And looking back on that, yeah, you got to have some height to, and be there and be in the
Yeah, you had
line.
long legs for that.
Right, you got to be in the line. Y'all got to be like the same size, same height, and like they can't have a wall one height, then this little short one here, and they go back up. So it didn't work out to be the
How did
dancer.
you so from dancing to accounting? How did what led you to the accounting background?
Well, in high school, I took this typing class. It was
Hmm.
actually a college prep class, and they had typing, and they had an accounting class, and I was really good at it. And the teacher told me that, oh, you can make a lot of money doing this. You can become a CPA and make a lot of money. And that was in high school. So I'm like, okay,
Wow.
that's what I'll do. I'll do that. Plus, I have a sister that's a lawyer from Harvard Law School. So, I
Hmm.
had to do something with my life. I couldn't really be a prostitute or dance. So I had to be something legitimate.
Thank God you were the prostitute, Roz, because we
Yeah.
wouldn't have got Roz the comedian actress
No,
out of that.
no,
It
no.
would have been a
Yeah.
different story.
And then my knees are bad, so that would have lasted.
You would have got down on your knees all these years. No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, in this comedy special that's on Prime right now, I just watched, you tell this story that, Roz, you had me shaking my head in here, girl. Uh, Give us a little story about this, you going down to the courthouse
The
about
courthouse.
the paperwork, your documents not being filed.
Oh, oh yeah,
I
marriage.
can't even believe
You
it.
couldn't
Talk
believe it,
about
right? I know,
this.
I know, I know. Me and the ex separated,
Mhm,
I have a dog that actually told me about the ex cheating on me, right? The dog's name is Tip. He has his own
mhm.
TikTok page. So follow him on Tip the Pip, TIPP the Pip. And Tip came with me to me with a DVD, with hit my ex and a woman on it. So, and actually, Tip brought three DVDs. I guess he didn't like him. So, I went to I see a lawyer about getting a divorce, and the lawyer looked at my marriage certificate and told me that it looked like an original. And she said, "Did you ever file it with the county?" And I didn't remember. She said, "Well, you go to the county and see if they have a copy. If they don't have a copy, that means it was never filed with the county, and you don't need to get a divorce." So that's what I did. I went to the county office. They had no copy of the certificate. I'm like, hello, hello, no divorce. Cause see, I make more money than the ex. I would have to pour out more money. I'm like, oh, I bit the
I'm
bullet on that
trying,
one.
I'm trying to figure out, Ross, how you get married and then you forget to go take the paperwork downtown
Well, see, this is what
for
happened.
all these years. Now,
This is
what
what
I
had
can
happened. This is
ascertain, look, what I can ascertain is that the Lord was on
that
your
too.
side
This
way
is what.
back when.
See, I first when we got married, the pastor gave me the certificate. Now they don't give the couple the certificate anymore. They go ahead and file it directly. But my pastor, I guess,
Probably because of that same very reason, right?
my pastor probably looked at him and said, "Hey, take this, hold on to that." And I just forgot. I said, "Well, I don't need to file it." Then about the time I was thinking about renewing our vows, all this happened, and I'm like, "Yeah, I did not file that paperwork." The Lord, yeah, yeah, that
That
was a
is
tip.
unbelievable. You
I
know,
know,
it's like when people say you don't never know what God has in store for your life and how He may protect you from certain things that you
right?
don't understand in the present moment. To not be married
All those
legally.
years. I know. So now he's saying, "Well, I didn't really cheat on you because we was never married."
And to that, he probably is correct, Rob. You gotta give him this one. But mentally, y'all were
Yeah,
married.
yeah. Still cheating was cheating.
Emotionally, you were married. But that is amazing
I know. I
because I he probably tried to get your house. I'll tell you, I had a friend, she married
girl.
this guy late in life, right? And we all thought this guy was the best. It's like, oh my God, you lucked up. He's so wonderful.
Those are the
A year
ones.
later,
Those are the
a year
ones.
later, he had to get equity from her house that belonged to her kids, girl.
Yep.
So yeah,
That
you was protected. You
I
were
know.
protected. You
That's
were
why I still got
protected.
the dog.
Now that dog ain't going nowhere. Yeah,
Dog
Tip.
spelled
Tip.
backwards is God, right?
You covered. You covered. You covered. And
Yeah.
it's amazing. Back to careers. Like I said, we've been knowing each other for such a long time. And when I wake up and turn on social media and see a face that I've known forever still putting out new, fresh content, and now it's on the masses for everybody to see your style of comedy, your face, your beauty, and it just makes my heart smile. I was
Yeah.
like, oh wow, I was like, yeah, and I didn't know you still lived over
Thank you.
here. Oh, you know me. I don't know about other people. I'm happy when people are still thriving
Me
and
too. Yes.
succeeding and
Yes.
following
Yes.
their dreams
Yes.
and believing in who they are and not out here being cutthroat
Yes.
and just living their life to the best of their ability.
Yes.
It makes me smile. It makes me smile. And
Thank
so that's
you.
why I was like, let me call Ross because she got to do my YouTube live now that I'm trying to do this social media to take it up a notch,
Nice.
because I realized, me, I was always putting everybody else in front of the camera. And just like you, I think God has been protecting me out here all these years as well. And he kept saying, like he give you answers, but we don't listen.
Right.
And he always tell me, get back on stage,
Right.
use your own face as a talent. And I didn't want to
Right.
do that.
Because you're funny,
I got
Patricia. You was funny way
Thank
back
you.
in the day, the comedy act. I remember when I started going. It was only so many black females going up there at the time. It was you.
Let them
There
know. Yep.
was only so
It
many
was
of us.
only,
Yeah,
yep.
but
It was
because
Yvette. Remember
he
Yvette from
right,
Moesha?
yeah,
She
even
passed away. May she rest in
yeah,
heaven.
yeah,
She was funny.
Mel-
Angela Mean.
right, right.
Uh,
Melanie Camacho. Think
Melanie Camacho.
yeah,
And remember, there used to be another girl named Dana Point. She
I
was
know.
so good.
Yes,
And
yes,
they ran her off. That girl was funny as hell.
she
She
was.
was, uh, you know what? Dana Point was Cheryl Underwood before Cheryl Underwood hit
Really?
LA. You don't remember she had that kind of raunchy, funny,
Yeah,
uh, sexual type
that's right.
jokes.
And I think she did have a purse. She would bring her purse on stage too. I think.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
she was. That's who that Cheryl Underwood reminded me of when I started seeing Cheryl. But who else was out there? Kim Whitley and
Yeah,
Sherry Shepherd
I'm trying. Yeah,
and you know. Oh, I still see what's her name?
Aretha Jones.
Rita
Yes,
Jones.
yes, she's still out there.
Yep, it
Uh,
was a handful of
It
people
was. It was. Yeah.
that were females, and we could barely get on that stage at that comedy act, baby. It
I
was,
would be there. That sign up for that 3 minutes
yep,
faithfully. I'll be
yep,
there for that three
yep.
minutes. I remember when
I,
I used to get that hit the road Jack song so much. I got used to it. And then one day I didn't get the song. I'm like, what happened?
yeah, I'll never forget when I finally got my chance to go up in there, and I'll never forget Speedy would look at me like, "Wait a minute, this was kind of funny." I'm like, "We all are trying to be kind of funny. That's what we do. We're
Right.
freaking comedians, damn it. We just don't have the opportunity to go up as much as the men because
Yeah.
the men look out for each other, and the women try to be like the men, but they fight amongst each other. And that's what
Yeah.
I always hate.
Yeah.
Because it was like, ooh, it's too many girls. They don't let more than one woman go up. Well, if you're funny, they should.
Right. Right.
They should.
I know.
But it's the same old adage of, the male versus female type of acceptance,
Yeah.
But
And it's still the same. I don't think much has changed. It's still
mm-mm,
that's why you
I
see
agree.
all of these all female shows now. The
Hmm.
females put it on their own shows. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's still
But
the
they
same.
have to. We have to. We have to
Yeah.
um, show our own successes. We have to
Yeah.
show our own skill set. We have to support ourselves
That's true.
like they do, you know, like
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now let's talk about acting. What enticed you to want to do acting?
Well, I was a CPA and I was in between jobs and I saw an ad in the paper saying they were doing like what you call those table not table reads but make it see if you're camera friendly.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was like an open audition, but it was like just a scam to get people to sign
Uh,
up. Yeah, but I did it
oh
and
yeah.
they said, "Oh, you're perfect. Come back. Oh, just take these. Go to this camera person to take
So the
these
photographer said, yeah,
to get
girl, they
these
was
to get these
rampant in the
headshots and
90s.
take the
Yes,
6 week camera class commercial class with this
yeah.
person over here, and you'll be a star."
And
But
and play like you're gonna be a background actress and all that
yeah,
stuff just
well,
to make
yeah,
you take
yeah,
headshots.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's how I
yeah.
got in. I liked it. I got
Oh,
in and yeah. I didn't do background. I think I did maybe one or two background things, and then I got a commercial. And I kept on getting commercials. I'm like, okay, I could do this. Then I
mm-hmm.
got some roles. Got to play
What
with
was your
Larry
first?
David.
Okay, talk about that.
On
How
Curb
how
Your
did it?
Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I played a nurse on that, and it was a scene with Larry David, and that's when the improv skills really kick in because it was a lot of improv.
Hmm.
He'll throw a line at you, and you just have to improv with him on the line. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun working with him, and also on
Have you?
Baskets too with
Okay,
Zach
what's that?
Galifianakis. Baskets with Louis Anderson, Zach
Oh,
Galifianakis. Yeah,
I didn't know that show.
it's not on anymore. It was on FX for maybe three seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Louis Anderson played uh, the mother. He played a female. He played a mother on it. You never heard of it? Baskets.
I'm gonna have to go Google.
Yeah, I
If
played.
you was on it, I'm going Google
Yeah,
and
yeah,
find it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any upcoming shows
I
right
have
now?
I have one coming up the end of this month in Inglewood. I think it's
Okay.
the 29th. It's on my Facebook page, it's on Instagram, and I have a website, Roz Brown with an E.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the 29th. And then I have I did a spot on the Sherry Shepherd show that will be coming
Oh,
out in May 21st. So look for me on her
I'm
show.
so
It's her
happy to
Laugh
hear
Lounge.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, great. That is
yeah,
so good. You
yeah,
know, I'm glad that you're being recognized by these women because, like I said, we've been out here a long time.
yes, yes,
And I'm happy to hear that she has invited you to the Laugh Lounge. And so, you're talking about
yeah.
your
I
Prime special?
I talk about that. I talk about the dog tip. I share
Okay,
the
okay.
story with them. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's so great. And that's airing when?
May 21st.
May
May 21st.
21st. Can't get
Yes.
here quick enough,
I
huh?
know. It'll be here before you know it, though. It'll be here before you
Yeah,
know it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so let's go back to comedy. Explain your process when you're trying to develop your jokes or your material rather. What do you have a specific type of process you go through in memorizing or coming up with ideas?
I used to write them all down. I used to really put pen to paper and write
Mhm.
jokes down and just see how it looked on the paper. But now a lot of times it's just in my head. And then I might write like little cliff notes, about the
Oh,
topic. But then I get on stage and I just work it out on stage. And
uh,
I tape myself and then I listen to the tape and then I'll write it down eventually. But yeah, it's just things I think about in my head. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Then I'm like, oh, that's funny. Then I might write the topic down. I'll write the
yeah,
topic down and then I'll think about it some more, just dwell on it some more in my head and to see if I can make it funny. And then I try it out.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm writing. I have to write my stuff down because I'm very detailed, right? I have to write it down, and because there are like little specific things that I don't want to forget to say
Mm-hmm.
when I'm on stage, and then I'm already nervous, right? Even though I'm trying not to be nervous,
Yeah.
but I, because I'm so detailed and there are specific things that I like to say about certain jokes, I have to write it down so that I can see it visually. And that way it's kind of like a photographic memory in my brain so
Mm.
that I don't forget so for
Yeah.
me the most
Yeah.
important part of the joke,
Yeah.
because I can talk about the topic all day,
Yeah.
but those specifics that I want to make sure I say that makes it where I need to write it down. Because for me too, as I'm writing it, I'm also listening at it in my head through my own
Uh-huh.
voice. And by the time I finish, it's like a dissertation. I know I have to cut down when I get to the stage, but
Yeah,
as
yeah. I
long
do
as
write it
all
down. Yeah.
the
Now
elements
I'm
are
working on
there.
my next special. I'm working on the next
Okay.
solo show, and then I'm working on the next stand up special. So
Hmm.
I'm writing more things down now as I go along.
I'm glad you brought that up. So, how did you get to the special? Who produced it? How did you, walk us through that process
Well,
of,
I had a whole lot of material anyways, and this is
right.
my first one. So pretty much, I have a friend that I have known for years who's an editor, and he's been saying, "Oh, you should do a special. We could do a special. He could edit it, and we could get it done." We talked about it for years and years and years and years and years, and then after the pandemic, I'm like, why not? Let me just do this and get it out there. Because at first I'm like, it's not gonna be good enough. It's not gonna be funny enough. I don't know. I don't, if it's
Yeah,
ever gonna be picked up. I don't know what was gonna come out of it. I'm like, maybe it's just a waste of time. But I'm like, if I don't do it, then I would never know.
you never know.
So I'm
Yeah,
like, I just put pen to paper, got all my jokes there, see what fit with what, see what kind of what the flow was, um, and came up with the hour material. And
yeah.
then then I booked a theater in Culver City, and I had three
Oh, okay.
cameras. I had three
Hmm.
cameras. I did the show twice, and we edited those shows together. And he reached out to Comedy Dynamics, and then just they picked it up on
Wow.
platforms.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
on this next one coming up, I want to put my 2 cents in there for you with this next one you're going to produce.
yeah,
If you let me,
yeah.
I would love to help you out on that one because
Definitely,
uh,
yeah,
I am so proud that you faced the fear. That's what a lot of us do. We do the exact thing that you said. Oh, is it gonna be funny? Is it gonna
yeah,
be good? Is
yeah.
it gonna be this? Is it gonna be that? What are
Eh,
people gonna think? But
Right,
there are other nationalities get to have various genres that people don't question. And we see it every day.
right,
We see it on Netflix. Everybody doesn't have the same style of comedy, but
right,
they expect all of us
right,
to have the same comedic styles and same comedic likings. And I don't think it's fair. And like
right.
I said earlier, I love your combination of styles of comedy. And it's needed.
Yeah,
Everybody, um, like I said, if everybody do the same thing, it's boring. It's
yeah.
boring.
People think, oh, you're not gonna be the next Eddie Murphy. Well, I don't want Eddie Murphy as Eddie Murphy. I don't want to be the next Eddie Murphy or Wanda
Right.
Sykes or anyone else. I mean,
Or Whoopi Goldberg, or
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But there's
I
always that
agree.
comparison that's out there. You just got, like you say, you got to have a thick skin and just know your own worth and know that you
Hmm.
are unique and do it for you.
Yeah, yeah. I like the fact that you're already prepping for the next one. That
I
that
am.
makes me that makes me smile.
I
And
am.
like you said, I am in here. If I show you my notes of all the jokes I've been writing down for the past years, it's like I've been digging through files where I've just been writing. I've never really stopped doing comedy because I've always been writing the material. I
Yes.
just stopped or took a pause from the rat race of trying to get on stage.
Put it on
And
stage. Yeah. Yeah.
but now I've decided to create my own stage and I'm gonna just do it in here. Years ago when social media started, and I am upset with myself about this. I wanted to do a stand-up sit down comedy show from this chair right here where I had a different chair
Oh,
but
nice.
and I never did it. I never did it because I got lazy, I got fearful, I got all those other adjectives,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so, like I said, recently, again, God was like, Hello, I'm talking to you.
Right.
You just
Right.
writing stuff down and ain't nobody ever gonna hear it, whether it's good or not. I gave you the thoughts, you know.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing right now in my life,
Good for you. Yeah, we got to, Patricia. We got to. You know,
and
we
I'm gonna
only come
call
around
you.
this life once, so
That's it.
that's it.
And what I realize is the pressure that we put on ourselves with the fears, and
Hmm.
then when we do it, and you look back and you were like, wait a minute, that wasn't that damn bad. What was I
Right.
thinking? Because I'm going through footage and photos and things like that, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this picture. I'm like, they call me funny looking, and I don't look no different than anybody else.
Yeah.
It's like all these things that we are so hard on ourselves about don't even matter now.
Right.
It wasn't even as bad as we thought. And that's what I try to talk about now on my YouTube episodes is that, you know, just do it. Don't be afraid. Don't worry
Hmm.
about what other people think. You're going to have criticism everywhere you go. And
Right.
I decided, like even in this chat, even in my YouTube lives now, you get these people and you can see the comments. I'm not deleting the comments. You know why? I want people to see the evilness and
Oh,
the craziness
yeah.
that we go through, right? When
Hmm.
people are trying to do things on our people, we're minding our own business. But you
Right.
have the people out there with these comments and these negative opinions, and they're entitled to it. But what I've decided not to do is delete them. I want the world to see. If you're bold enough to type it in here, I'm
Oh,
going to be bold enough to let everybody see who it is and what they said.
what do they say about me? Do they say anything about me?
No, it's just stupid stuff. But I'm just saying the ignorance that
It's
is in the
real.
world, it's real. And I'm not deleting it anymore. You know why? It takes too much energy from
It
me
does. Right. Right.
to read all through them doggone comments and delete this and focus on the negative and all of
Yeah.
that. Now
Yeah.
what I do is I highlight positivity.
Yeah.
If somebody say something positive, I'm letting all the positive stuff shine. Because the negative people, what I realize, we always focus and give them all that energy
I
on
know
a
that.
one
That's so
negative
true.
thought. You could
Right.
have 9,000 people to say, Ross, girl, your hair and makeup is banging today. And then you get one person that
That's
say,
it.
oh, your hair was sticking out of place. We
Yeah.
focus on that one little
Right.
strand of damn
Right.
hair
Even in
instead of
comedians, that's what we do in stand up.
9,000 people.
Right. Even in
Thank
stand
you.
up, we in a comedy club. Everybody could
With
be
the
laughing,
help,
and that one
yeah,
person that's not laughing,
in
we
the
focus on that
wrong way.
person.
The whole show. The whole freaking
The whole place
show.
could be laughing at one person. Like, why aren't you laughing?
Yeah. And not knowing, and this is what I learned too, not knowing that the person could be just in there who have had a rough day. They might have
Yeah,
had something devastating in their life. They might be trying to overcome
that's
depression
true.
and they needed to be in there with all the good laughing energy,
Yeah,
and they might not be able to laugh out loud or smile, but they're just absorbing the goodness and the energy in the room. But the
yeah.
comic on stage is focused on
They're not
the
laughing.
not laughing,
Yeah,
even though, and not even realizing that the person still paid the ticket to come see you.
yeah, yeah,
They are supporting you whether they laughed or not,
yeah.
right? And so that's what I'm saying. It's like
That's
People
funny.
laugh differently, right? Some
That's so true. I think people, some like the more conservative people in the Northeast, them don't laugh. That's my smile a lot. They smile
Mhm,
a lot. This
mhm.
that's their laughter. The smile. I'm like, you just
And then
gotta.
they can go to work the next day and then tell everybody at the office about your show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But if you've sat there or stood there on the stage and crucified them for not laughing, then now you've affected the whole room who paid to come see you be funny and tell jokes. But you
yeah,
just focus on the one person that's not laughing. That's not the
yeah,
comedy show that they
yeah,
paid for.
yeah. See, I train myself to focus on the people who are laughing.
Yeah,
I make it a point to see who's with me, and I'm always with that person. I mean, I'll look around at other people, but I always know I got this person here. As long as one person likes me and is with me, I'm good.
right. And that's me too. If I hear any kind of laughter in my brain, I'm like, okay, keep going. You
Yes.
got it. You got it. You doing good. Somebody in this room is laughing at your joke that
Yeah, yeah.
you stayed up all night. You wrote the joke. You put your outfit together. You put your makeup on,
All
and
right.
all I want to hear is one laugh.
Right? Yeah.
I'm just saying, we focus on the wrong things, and I get so sick of us letting the negative people win because we give them all of our energy. And
Yeah.
like I said, I've been so, you're not supposed to really be proud of yourself, but I've been proud of myself. I ignore these people, I ignore the comments. If you
That's
want to write
good.
something crazy, write it. It's going to
Yeah.
sit there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to sit there so everybody can see what you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to see, I don't give a damn. Ross,
That's good.
I'm too old. I don't care no
I
more.
know, right? You get to an age, I know, it's like, whatever. You just do
Right.
you, I do me. Yeah.
It's unreal. Um,
Especially now, everything's on social media. Media, everyone thinks they have their point. They have to make a point. Oh, they have to say
right.
something. They have to have an opinion. Like
And it's
really?
all under a pseudo of a fake name and a fake account, right?
Oh,
It's
the
like
bots. Yeah.
the people who are making the comments.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not really bots. They just got fake accounts. And
Yeah.
it's like if you want that kind of time and energy to create fake names, fake accounts, just so you can go on somebody's page and write stupid comments, you could be doing something positive in your life.
Right? That's
How
true.
about you go in there and wash dishes? Take the trash
That's
out.
true. That's true.
Do something constructive. So, let's get back to careers. In careers, okay. In in right now, okay, I know in this comedy climate, do you have a favorite? I mean, I know we got a lot, but who is standing out right now to
Dave
you on the
Chappelle is the
comedy
GOAT.
scene?
Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I used to now Dave Chappelle used to come to the comedy union all the time, and Dave Chappelle has hi, Miss Waters. Dave Chappelle has always been nice and kind and courteous to me. I have always admired him, and for me, I love how he approaches his comedy, his style and things like that. But I'm gonna tell you who I love right now, and he is so funny. I I found him, not found him, but I started seeing his material last year. I absolutely adore Ali Sadiq. Do
Oh,
you know
okay.
his?
Yeah,
Alex Sadiq
yeah,
is funny as hell.
yeah.
And I went to his show last December, and I was just like, now this is how comedy is supposed to be in the comedy club.
Uh-huh.
I can't even tell you, Roz, that also ignited me to
Nice.
want to get back on stage, right?
Mhm.
Because it's sort of like that old school style that we had when you could tell that he's serious about the craft, he's practicing his material, he's writing new material, and he has this presence on stage that's the it factor.
Mhm.
And what we see in the clips on YouTube is 1,000% better in person live. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I can tell you.
Yeah, I seen
Seeing
his
him
show, two of his
live,
shows.
seeing him live is a different level of funny when you see him. And it was just amazing to see.
Nice.
And he was there. He has I don't know if you know Marcus D. Wiley. Both of them are
Mm.
out of Houston. But Marcus D. Wiley, he is uh I guess you could consider him a clean comedian, and they're kind of similar styles, but Marcus was really good too. And just watching that whole show, I was like sitting in there. I was having flashbacks. Like, oh my God, I'm in the comedy
What
club
was the show, Patricia?
in
Where?
improv,
At the
the
Improv? Okay.
Ontario
Oh,
Improv.
Ontario. Okay.
I got my butt up and drove to Ontario. I know I couldn't believe it. My mama said, "You went where?"
Nice.
So yeah, I was really impressed, and yeah, I'm probably gonna try to come to your show too. I want to come because it just made me feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But are you working on any other like acting projects coming up or?
No, it's been kind of slow as far as auditions going. Well, I take that back. It's kind of
Oh, with
picking
the
up. It's picking up
yeah.
now for commercials.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Were you affected? Um, how do you feel about the climate of all the natural disasters here in the city?
It's
Do you think that
horrible. So
affects
I
the?
wasn't personally affected, but
Hmm.
I mean I know people that have know people that were affected. And just horrible. People lost their houses and their homes, and just terrible. And I mean, what can you do? It's
I know,
natural.
yeah,
Yeah,
a natural disaster. It's
disaster.
kind of puts a cloud over the whole city, and that's another reason why I'm really trying to push like comedy and fun things because people need a positive, lighter energy.
Yeah.
You need a way to ease some of the frustration, and comedy is the only, well, one of the main sources for me for people to relieve stress and
It's
try
healing.
and get
Yeah.
over depression. It's a very healing incentive. It's a very healing thing, and that's why I love comedy. Now, okay, who was the first comedian that you can remember listening to? And I'll tell you mine later.
Um, I would have to say Red Fox.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how?
And
How did you hear
don't ask me
about
how.
Red
Probably
Fox?
my cousins listening to it, because I wasn't listening to it. My mother didn't have that in her house. And my dad didn't have it, and if my dad had it, he was hiding it. So
Well,
probably it was my cousins.
you hit it on the nose. My mama had it was the 8-track tapes that you used to
Uh
stick
huh.
in the machine. And my mama had Red Fox, and
Mom's Mabley.
we I all listen, my mama was so into culture. I didn't realize it till you don't realize that stuff till you get older.
Yeah.
My mama had music and the comedy albums and everything. And we used to, oh, I wish I had a picture of them damn tapes you used to put in there, the little 8-track thing. And we would be in there. This is how stupid we were. We had a sheet over our head, like she can't see us under the sheet, listening to Red Fox and them. And girl, we was some cussing children back then because that's what I still people don't why you cuss so much because it's funny to me, right? When you're a kid and you
Right.
listen to Red Fox and Richard Pryor and
Right.
Mom Mabley and Dick Gregory and what's the other boy that did
Oh,
Flip Wilson
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. That's
all
what I was
that.
thinking about. Yeah, yeah,
We've been funny, girl.
yeah,
We've been
yeah,
funny. And
yeah,
to
yeah,
hear the comedy, it just made sense,
yeah, yeah,
that I ended up in comedy.
yeah. For me, it's such a surprise that I ended up in comedy, even for me, because I was
Really?
always shy and quiet. My mom, my other sisters and brothers are more funny and loud, and but me, I was the quiet one. So I mean, even to this day, people are like shocked, like, "Oh, you do comedy? You're a comedian?" Like they can't get over, like, what the? I doesn't comprehend. I can't figure it out because some people have an idea in their heads that
Yeah,
comedians always got to be on and funny all the time, and we know that's not true. And more people
yeah.
know that's not true now. But yeah, back then, like, really, we don't see
I
it.
remember I was working at Lowe's Hotel in Santa Monica, and I was just a data entry clerk. And I'll never forget, there's this chick from USC,
Oh,
Amy. Amy hated
Amy.
me. Amy didn't like me because the director of sales and one of the sales managers liked me, right? And so she had to make an announcement every day, twice a day, that she graduated from USC. And that shit used to drive me crazy, right? And so, and so when I would go into the director of sales office, I remember his name was Don, big, tall, white man, loved me, right? Because I I'm a resolution person, so I would find errors and go in there and show him, and he looked like he said, "You found that?" I'm like, "Yeah." He
Uh-huh.
said, "Yeah, you're kind of smart." He liked the fact that I was smart, and
Yeah.
so when I would go in there, I would make jokes about Amy, and I would, he would say something to me, and I was like, "Don't tell Amy from USC." And
That's
so
funny.
that kind of really made him like me more and more. And then this sales manager found out. We were talking, and he said, "You're really, really funny. Have you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy?" I said, don't tell nobody. I do." And he said, "What? Do you know that man booked me for an event?" And
Nice.
yeah. And then when Amy found out, let's just say I got fired. I
Amy
got
got you
fired.
fired.
Amy got me fired. She couldn't deal with the fact that these white men loved me and just saw me as a funny
Oh,
person, right?
Amy from USC.
Amy from USC from Lowe's Hotel got me fired. But that man booked me. on a show. I was at like it was in a big conference room. I was
Nice.
shocked because I thought it was a little thing, right? He's like, "Oh, we're having this little event," and when people say little, you think, I walked in
Yeah.
there, it was hundreds of people in that damn place. I still have a photo of that. And I was just amazed. And when I finished and he came the next day at the office, he was telling Don and them and Amy was listening. That was the end of it. But yeah, I have always loved comedy. I've always loved profanity. And I get people a lot that say, "You don't look like you cuss." And I'm like, "Oh really?"
That's
Oh, I
too
can
funny.
cuss. Oh yeah, I
That's
can
too
cuss.
funny. I remember I used to go to the comedy act before I started doing comedy. I would go to
Mhm.
the comedy act when Robert Harris was alive, and I loved him. I loved him. He was so funny. He was so, and the biggest compliment I ever got, I did a show at Martha's Vineyard, and someone said that I reminded them of him. I was like, that was the biggest compliment. Because
Really?
I have all those the kids material, like them kids, talking about
Yeah.
them
Oh
kids. Yeah,
yeah.
but he was so funny, and
Listen,
I never even thought that I would be on that stage like 2 years later doing comedy. Yeah,
Robin Harris,
very so
just
funny.
like you, I used to go to see Robin Harris at the Comedy Act before I even thought about doing comedy. And this was when I was super sexy back then. I was size five, size
Uh uh.
7. And Robert Harris used to always had this joke, "I'm married, but
Uh huh.
whatever." And so he used to always say that to me. And one night I went to an event and he was at the event and I had this little red dress on with a bow on the back. And Robin Harris followed me around trying to tell me these jokes and told me, "Come on, girl, I never forget it." And I used to be like, "Robin, I'm gonna call your wife," and he was just like, "Here, call her for me, call her." He was gonna say that. That man, I love me some Robin Harris. He was so funny,
I know. I
and
know.
he never crossed the line. It was all in good humor and good funny, and he was such a talent. And I
Yeah.
never forget when I heard the news on him. I couldn't even walk for a day. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Yeah. We were
devastated.
all, yeah, hurt by that.
Just devastated. Yeah, that he was a funny guy,
Yeah.
but and just like you, yeah, years later, I got to perform on. I
Hmm.
used to call it Robin Harris's stage because that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I want to thank you so
This has
much.
been so much fun.
I know what, and Tip the Pimp didn't even interrupt the conversation.
He sleep. He sleep. He know
He
better.
didn't went to sleep.
He's on the
Lord,
case.
y'all follow Tip the Pip on social media as well as my girl Roz Brown. Go check out her special on Amazon Prime. I'm Roz Brown. Like I said, I
Please.
watched it today and I was so happy. I can't wait to see the next one. And I just want to thank you. And I send
Oh,
out
thank
all
you.
positive love, blessings to you.
You
And I'm
too.
gonna I'm gonna be calling you for some project soon. Now that
Okay.
I
Call
know you
me.
still you still out
Uh,
here in the same place.
yeah.
I'm doing a web series that I'm gonna be calling you for. I already
Okay.
started.
Call me.
But
Call me.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Take
much.
care. Okay.
I thank
Bye bye.
y'all for watching Houston to LA. I'm Patricia Tone and my beautiful guest, Roz Brown. I'll see y'all next week. Have a good one. Bye bye,
Bye bye.
Roz. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.